Greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa, and welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. Well, on today we have a very special guest for you. Okay, she's one of my dear friends, sisters in the community. One of the rappers that I really enjoy. Oh, all right, audio check. We are here in the building. Yes, thank you, producers. Um, yeah, she is a well-rounded trans woman, very outspoken. You've probably seen her out in the streets or in the parades and even at protests when it comes to trans rights and banding women together. Unveiling Sunkee Angel, the journey of a transgender recording artist. Welcome to TransAlien Studios. Join us as we celebrate the vibrant journey of transgender recording artist Sunkee Angel and the hilarious adventures of comedian Auntie Jackie. And we're going to discuss that as well. And this one of a kind video, get an exclusive behind the scenes look at their creative worlds where music, laughter, and genuine expression collide. Watch as Sunkee's soulful melodies break boundaries and Auntie Jackie serves up laughter that defies convention. Subscribe now and be a part of the incredible community. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and introduce Sunkee Angel, the lady of the hour.
Hello, hello. What's going on? Hey,
Hello, Sunkee Angel. How are you
how you
feeling
doing?
today, sister?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good.
Yes. So listen here. Without further ado, I did brag about you like these last little few days about our
Yeah.
interview. And actually, this is our first interview. We've actually had an interview, I want to say maybe like a year or two ago, maybe
Yes,
three.
yes.
Um, and you like really surpassed so many obstacles. And I want to say that I'm so proud of you. And with you being in this industry, um, that can be good for some and not so good and kind of fair to others.
Absolutely.
And let the people know who you are and what you'll be bringing to this interview today or this sit down.
Absolutely. So y'all know it's your girl Sunkee Angel checking in the motherfucking building with my girl Queen Tessa. Tessa, you already know what time it is. Queen Tulsa. Y'all already know
Yes.
what time it is. So yes, I'm here today and I'm so thankful that you always are allowing me to come on your platform to just be myself, you know what I mean? And just be the beautiful multidimensional trans woman that I am. And what I'm here to do is just be, just bring that visibility. I really want to just break down so many walls and the barriers of what I feel like is going on in the community and how people see people in my community. I want to just change hearts and minds. You know what I mean? I'm here to change hearts and minds, and you know how I do. You know what I do. So yes, I'm gonna do what I came to do today and be a part of your show and give the people light, love, and laughter.
Absolutely. Now get into this. Speaking of light, love, and laughter, you do
Yes.
have a new track out. You do have a new project that you're working on, and
Yes.
it is Trans with a
A
Fan.
fan.
Now,
Yes.
baby, and I'm so upset with myself. I don't even have my fan with me.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good, girl. You got it.
Yes, look, we had to move studios, and I'm like, oh my god! But no, Trans with a Fan and
Yes.
up front, girl. When you did up front, it just, I mean, even me, you had kind of a battle on. I want to hear up front. You was like, no, sis, Trans with
Ah,
a Fan is what we're
yes.
doing. You like,
Yes. Well,
you
see,
hear
I know that a lot of people love upfront titties at the top and dick at the bottom because that's like a staple in the community. A lot of girls love that song, and for those who don't, they'll be okay. At the end of the day, I came here to own my truth and to represent the girls who are okay with having their penises, and it's all about empowerment. So, that song is a really good song, so I can understand why you would want to hear it. It's really dope.
Yes. Well, listen here. We have Trans with a Fan that is now up and running, and I want to share a little bit with our audience. Would that be okay with you?
Absolutely, absolutely. Go right
All
ahead.
right. So I'm going to give you the solo screen because this is about you. This is your moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, let's do it.
All
Let's do
right.
it. Grab your fans, now come to the flow. Come to the flow, now come to the flow. Grab your fans, now come to the flow. Come to the flow, now come to the flow. Grab your fans, now come to the flow. Come to the flow, now come to the flow. Grab your fans, now come to the flow. Come to the flow, now come to the flow. I got my fans, I got my D, I got my titties, I'm still that bitch. I know I'm trans, don't have to hide. I got my boots on, I'm showing trans pride. I got my boots on and I'm dancing on the floor.
Listen, baby, when I
Yeah,
tell you, when I heard that, it's just like the I don't know, it's the beat, it's the energy, it's the words,
yeah.
it's the everything. You
Every
know,
the message, to the sound, the beat, the quality, the clarity. You know what I mean? To make people listen to what it is that I have to say, because some people may think that she's mentioning her dick and her titties a lot. But the thing is, I know that a lot of people outside of the community, they focus on the physicality of who trans women are. So I'm just mirroring that, and I'm coming back with a message.
so let me ask you this. Being that you are really in the spotlight, you have been to the award. What was the last awards that you went to? You were
Um, I'm
Cardi B.
I'm everywhere, Lord. I know I did the what was it, the iHeart
The
Radio Award?
Radio, I believe that was it. But
Yes. Oh no, you probably talking about when I was with Dochi.
that's it. That
Yes,
was
that was
it.
yes, that was the Billboard Women in Music event, darling. Yes.
Okay. And
Yes.
so listen here. Being that you engage with the biological women, they receive
Uh-huh.
you. From what I see, it's a great engagement. It's a great pleasure. Do you
Absolutely.
get that same return in our community? And when I say our community, the trans community, like with the girls?
Let me say this. Let me say this. There are a lot of people, as you know, all over the world who love me and who have told me how much I have made an impact on them. Just me, putting my message out there and, promoting transparency and all of the things of the things. But occasionally I do have people that are I feel that are somewhat threatened, or they may grow to be envious because of the position that I have and the things I have accumulated. And for me, I don't understand. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand that hate and envy. That's what I've learned, because I think coming into this community, I thought that community would be community. Everybody would be coming, everybody support each other, everybody would love and fuck with each other. But I found out real fast that was somewhat of, I guess, of a misconception, because some people, just because you're trans, that don't make you a good person. In every community, you have people that are assholes. You have people that are envious. You have people that don't want to see the next bitch get to the top. So I had to kind of deconstruct a lot of things as it pertains to the community, because, yes, it has been a sad situation to see certain trans women targeting me at times. Yes, I have gone through a lot of targeting right in my own community, and that's my truth. I love all of my sisters. I love all of my people. You know what I mean? I'm here to stand for my community. And the way that I do it may rub some people the wrong way, or the message may be strong, but this is my way to advocate and to be an activism through what it is that I'm doing. This is my way to share my life and to share my truth and to try to bridge that gap between biological women and trans women. And I have been doing that. I've had a lot of people to tell me that I've been opening their eyes. And I think that it does the community as a whole. It's not really like progressive when there are other people in my community trying to find fault within me because they feel like I'm not trans enough, or they feel like I have to fit a certain aesthetic. Because these past few days I have been getting, hit up by some of the girls because they feel like a bitch don't pass, or they feel like I'm not giving it up like they think I should. But I'm here to let these bitches know I am a multidimensional trans woman, the trans alien. And I'm going to always stand in all of me, in the wholeness of who I am, the masculine and the feminine. I'm not here to fit somebody else's aesthetic, because I'm not the next bitch, and I'm not trying to be the next bitch. I am Sunkee Angel. This is what people love about me. And I would, honestly tell people to honestly just be who they are and don't try to fit I feel like I was put here to break down and to tear down those walls of ideas and beliefs that some trans people may have in order to be a quote unquote trans woman, because everybody's not supposed to look the same. Everybody ain't supposed to have the same face. Everybody ain't supposed to have big, overinflated ass, big ass lips. Everybody ain't supposed to have a big ass. Some people are just supposed to be proportionate and just be who they are, and that's okay. It doesn't make somebody less of a trans woman because they're different. So yes, to answer your question, yes, I have gone through scrutiny from people right in my own community, and it's a thing where I was kind of prepared for this moment. I feel like spirit, I'm spiritual, so I say spirit a lot. Spirit has really been dealing with me on this because, to be honest, in order to go to the heights that I'm going and I'm trying to go, you kind of have to face a little bit of backlash from your own people. If you notice, all the greats go through it, from Tyler Perry, his own community, the black community, they be tearing his ass up sometimes. You know what I mean? It comes with the territory, and that's something that I just cannot, do anything about. I just have to be able to be in the frame of mind here to be able to handle the darts that are going to come my way.
Right. So speaking of that, I've experienced in the community where some girls, say that I'm not an advocate and I need to be this way and that way, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, kind of what you said.
And
So
if we're being honest, a lot of trans women go through it. And for me, I really just don't understand it, because if somebody's saying they are a woman, why is it so hard to respect that? And I think what I'm seeing is a huge divide going on in our community right now, because there are some people that who may call themselves, they feel like they're more elite. These are the bitches that feel like they swimming underneath the sea with Ariel. They feel like they so tuna and tilapia and so cunty that they are now in this headspace where they want to blend in so much to the point in a minute they're going to turn into Casper the Friendly Ghost, because these bitches ain't going to be here no more to go on to the degrees that they want to go to blend in and try to get acceptance from these people, that at the end of the day, when they draw that line, they're going to throw you under the bus as well. You understand? So I don't understand, for the life of me, why certain trans people get all this work done and then they feel like they're at the end of their transition, or they've made it to the place where they feel most comfortable, and then turn right back around and then throw the same people under the bus that, that's a part of their own community. That shit is sad to me. It's sad.
So when we talk about aesthetics, right?
Yes.
We all know that really uh, it's all dangerous. But when you
Yes.
talk about the lengths that the girls are going to look like a Summer Walker
Yes.
or a T.S. Madison
Uh-huh.
uh, or the female body aesthetic, right? But really for the
Right.
girls, they're like, okay, this is what it takes to be trans, and I feel like you're right. You don't
Yes.
have to have all of that, because I've gotten backlash because I'm a slim girl. I have my
Mm-hmm.
muscles,
Mm-hmm.
and this is me. I love me, and
Yes.
how my body is, you know,
That's you.
it's me. Like, I don't know how to
Who
explain
the fuck else can you be? And that's why I feel like, to be honest, to some degree, some girls can be a little delulu. Because, bitch, at the end of the day, and a lot of people may not like to hear what I'm saying, because I'm not here to invalidate nobody's transition or to say that we aren't women. We are women. But at the end of the day, we came through the body of a male. At the end of the day, we came through the body of a male. That does not dictate that we have to live our lives as men. Because honestly, what I've been focusing on lately is the fact that trans women's brains are in the wrong body. It's here first. And
yes.
a lot of people, let me go ahead, because I'm gonna go ahead and just
Go
keep
ahead,
out
sister.
100. The gag is, a lot of people's transition is about their bodies, not the brain and not the mind. Being transgender starts in the brain first. It's up here first. That's whether you have taken a hormone or not. At the end of the day, it's here first. And if you look at people like Dr. Sapolsky, who have studied on the brains of trans women, and people who've looked into, he's a neurobiologist who have done his research, and this is what he does. He's a neuroscientist. You know what I mean? So I look at people like him, and I want to know what's going on and how they feel about trans people. And from my understanding, he has basically confirmed what I felt from childhood. Is he said, it's not the body. It's the brain. It's the brain. It's the brain. So I think a lot of people are so focused on the body that they're forgetting that who we are as a whole is up here first. And not only that, who I am and what my message stands for is about the soul first. It's about the soul. Like Beyonce said, it's the soul that needs the surgery. It's the soul that needs the surgery. A lot of girls getting all this work done, and they spirits are evil and ugly. I'm just keeping it 100. A lot of people ain't gonna want to hear what I got to say, but it's the truth. A lot of their spirits are evil and ugly as fuck. I don't care how beautiful you look on the outside, but if you're going around trying to tear other people down after all this work done, are you really happy? Because my thing is, I've been called drag queens and all types of stuff. So if I'm drag, a real woman ain't going around being mad at a drag queen.
Right.
Not if you're a woman. if you're a woman, then be a woman. But don't try to make it seem like I'm I'm being a mockery. Because how the fuck I'm a mockery when I've been trans since I've been for the longest. And I'm standing for the community for the longest. I'm at the forefront fighting through my music. I done had to take on people like MAGA coming for me trying to get my pages shut down because I'm at the forefront fighting through music. Don't act like I'm not an activist and I'm not an advocate because I'm using the tool of music to get my point across and to make waves because it's working and I'm getting people's attention. We all know everybody want to hear a good beat. Let's not act like during this election when I dropped, Donald Trump gotta go, bitch. Them people was at my throat. A lot of his supporters was at my throat because they didn't want to see me standing up the way that I was standing up against Donald Trump and his
MAGA.
his minions. Yes.
Support. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, you know what? It's so interesting that you said that because that's one thing that I do love about you is your bravery, your boldness, and it's like, we try to have these conversations with people, but it feels good to know that you are putting it through your music and people are listening.
They listening.
We are outraged because you know what? Sometimes the message doesn't necessarily have to come through conversation. It could be through a song.
Yes.
By
any way of communication. Mm-hmm. Music is a form of communication, and it's also a form of healing. It could be, especially with comedy. I feel like comedy is light. It's not heavy. If you're having a conversation when you can make a joke, when things are funny, it kind of lightens the atmosphere. You understand? As opposed to trying to sit down at the table, being super serious. Everybody's so passionate. Everybody want to get their point across. It's a lot of yelling. It's a lot of, comedy is to me the way to the people's heart, and it's not forceful. It's funny. When something is funny, you can't deny funny. If it's funny, it's funny, right? So this is my way of communicating to the people without coming off forceful, because everybody really want to laugh, no matter whether you trans, gay. People want to laugh and feel good. Let's just be honest. Laughter is a good feeling, and it's contagious. And I know that I'm very funny at times, but who I am as a person goes beyond the Auntie Jackies and the skits and the all of that. I'm beyond that. I'm multidimensional. And when I think of the trans alien, to me, that is the space to be able to show up in any phase that I want to show up as and still be considered a woman. I don't have to show up and be extra cunt and extra feminine every time. I have a mohawk in my head right now. You know what I mean? I don't have to be the definition of what somebody else feel like I have to be in order to be a woman. I'm a woman up here first. And I think a lot of people losing it. I'm like, so is trans supposed to be a body thing now? So you transition it in your body, not your brain. I'm just being honest. So trans is getting your ass done, getting your titties done, getting your lips big as fuck, getting your jaws and all this type of stuff. That's trans. If that's trans, then I don't know what the fuck it is then, because at the end of the day, a lot of people, they too stuck in their bodies, and I'm trying to pull people back to the soul, the brain, and the heart, because that's where it starts any fucking way.
Well, social media, and not just for trans, I mean for biological women and heterosexual males,
it's a lot of pressure.
The Instagram models, and there's always a competition. Now, let me ask you this: when it comes to you, because like you say, you're very well versed. We talked about your music now with Auntie Jackie. Would you call Auntie Jackie, that's the comedian? She's the one that pretty much kind of lightens up the room, but she's actually, or who is Auntie Jackie? Let me ask you.
This is how I feel, because at one point it was Diggy Doo. Before I transitioned, I was Diggy Doo. He was the guy who was trying to live up to like family and trying to be a quote unquote straight man, even though people knew that I definitely wasn't there. But I was trying to be who my family wanted me to be. So Auntie Jackie came about, and that was like the comedic aspect, but it was also me actually being able to get into character. Because once again, if people find shit funny, I can always just say, like, that was me trying to like live through the woman that was inside of me in a sense too. But it was also just another character that I wanted to create and be, but it was me also being myself. So if somebody had anything to say, I could easily just say, oh, it's just comedy. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't ready to really walk in Sunkee and all of me as a woman. You know what I mean? Do
you think Ricky Smiley is like an Auntie Jackie, and respectfully?
No. Because Auntie Jackie is a woman. Auntie Jackie is a woman. She's always been a woman. Even though it was me dressing up as a woman at one point, now that I'm actually living my life as a woman, I see Auntie Jackie as a woman, because at one point it was just like, you know, okay, it's Diggy Doo going into, you know, Auntie Jackie to dress up to do comedy. But now that I am a woman, it's Auntie Jackie is still a woman. She's just a funny ass woman. You understand? I don't know if that makes sense.
So Tyler Perry, Ricky Smiley, they
Yes.
have no business in this conversation because, and I think the reason why I asked it is because a lot of people get it twisted because they see a Tyler Perry, they see
But hold on, because I have to stop you. Because to be honest, I don't want to say they shouldn't necessarily be a part of the conversation. To be honest, it's the Tyler Perry, the Shanae's, the Wandas that honestly, you know, had somewhat of an influence. Auntie Jackie, that like she was influenced by all of that. Mark and all of those people. So I can't just say that they weren't a part of it because to some degree it was a form of drag for me in a sense. You understand?
Let's just say this: maybe they were teachers. Because I want to say I've listened to I've seen Ricky Smiley when he would be on Comic View.
Yes.
I've seen Flame Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, this was, and when you say spirit, I feel like the spirit have put certain things in certain movies to kind of help us dissect how we were feeling, but not being direct because, you know, like sometimes there's cues in movies, right?
Yes.
I kind of feel like because when I seen Flame Monroe,
Mm-hmm.
and when she gonna comment in, you know, just distinguishing the people like a Robin Williams, you know, it's
Yes.
Doubtfire, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I kind of feel like I feel like you're right. We do need to add them in because
Yes.
it was like those were like little moments that we could make comedy into keeping our lives private and keeping us safe.
Yes, to some degree, yes, yes. I mean, how could I leave out the Martins and the Shanae's when I grew up on that, and that is what kind of helped influence Auntie Jackie. I would be lying to say anything else. That's a part of me. That I mean, that's just what it is. You know, what's his name? Eddie Murphy, the Eddie Murphys. You know what I mean? These are the greats, and these are people that I mean, Auntie Jackie definitely. If you listen to her, she's definitely very similar to Rasputia with the voice, and I ain't got time and all of that. That's a part of, but underneath all of that was me being able to dress up, to put the makeup on, to see a little bit of that woman at one point when I couldn't really live in it fully as myself. You understand? And
so that was like your breakthrough, your let it out moment.
That was a part. Yes, that was a part of me. And then it's so crazy because I remember at one point when I was speaking with one of my sisters, she started seeing me dress up like as Auntie, but it became a thing where one day I remember we were sitting at a friend's house and she was like, you sure this Auntie Jackie now? Because it looked like you comfortable. Like it's not a joke no more. You know what I mean? Like this is you. And I wasn't ready to be like, yeah, this is me. I'm like, no, it's Auntie Jackie. She was like, bitch, like, no, this is you a little too comfortable in this. You know what I mean? You like pose as a woman. You know what I mean? So yeah, there were times that I think people could see through it. There were moments that people could see through it. Like, bitch. And I've had a lot of people now that was like, we knew we was just waiting on you. I hear that all the time. We knew we was just waiting on you to just come
So
out.
let me ask you this: in that moment when when she supported you and said, you know what, this is you. This isn't Auntie Jackie. The reason why do you feel like you rejected it? I'm gonna tell you why I think you did. I think you did because, well, no, I'm not gonna answer it. I'm gonna
let me say this. To be honest, I'm not mad at the fact that she kind of clocked my tea at that moment. I think though, I felt like it's kind of hard to explain because it's like on one hand I kind of feel like I don't want to say I was being judged, but it, you know, coming from what I came from with them, it kind of felt like I see you, your guard is down. You know what I mean? I'm looking at you. I see who you really are. So I didn't really know how to take that at that moment. So I'm like, no, like it's just comedy. You know what I mean? Like no, but she was just like, bitch, no, you're posed like a one, like you look like a, you know what I mean? It's not right in this moment. It's not comedy
because it's
a bitch, right?
It's right here,
right. And it's always been there. Even when I had sideburns and I went by Diggity and all. That's why now sometimes I got on a call with somebody not too long ago from my city, and he was like, Mr. Diggity, and I'm like, no, it's Sunkee, don't play with me. He was like, okay. So some people, they still call me Diggity because that's the person that they once knew, you know, back home. But sometimes I kind of wish that they never got to know that person because I feel like that's the image that they've always known. That's the person. But I can't say that either because when you think about it, I had to go through Diggy Doo, Auntie Jackie, and all of these people to become Sunkee. That's what I mean. I'm multidimensional. I can't speak for these other bitches who acting like they was born strictly female when that's not the case. I was born male at birth. Now I'm living as a bad bitch and I'm owning that. I'm not here to like knock nobody. Everybody's journey and their gender journey is totally different. But who I am, I was born male at birth, and I lived as a quote unquote male at one point, and it was stages for me. You have people like, I think like T.S. Madison, I think she mentioned at one point, some people knew her as Miss Tam. You know what I mean? And she might have been more feminine. Some people may have more supportive parents. Everybody's not supportive. Some people can grow up and let their hair down and just be who they want to be. But my family was on my ass very hard, and that's why I deal with religious trauma to this day. So for me, there's a lot of components that allows me as a trans woman today to be multidimensional, meaning that I honestly feel like it's deep, and I think some people they're not spiritually there where I'm at. I'm more like a channel. I can shift and change forms like this and still be a woman. Right. If right now, if I decided to take this hair off, put on a beard, and literally look like a man, I could play that role and still come out of that and be a woman because that's not who I am. I once lived that at one point. You understand?
Clock it.
I once lived that at one point. I know what it's like to look at other men in my family and try to emulate them because they telling me this is who I'm supposed to be. But that don't mean I have to be defined by it. So for the people saying I'm a drag queen and that because I got big hair, no, that's a form of art expression. I'm an artist. That's how I express myself artistically. I don't have to identify and say, hey, I'm drag. If I was drag, I'd say, bitch, I'm drag. But that's not who I am on a soul level.
Now, speaking of the big hair,
yes,
you have this big hair that is made into a peen.
A fan.
Now, no, it was a peen.
Oh, the dick. Yes.
So you got that one, and okay, so and then now you have the fan.
Yes.
Let me know, like, who creates these hairstyles. Like, I love your mohawk.
Yes, I love this mohawk too. Like, I really love the pink, and this is more like my signature. A lot of people know me as the glass. The glass mohawks that I design. That to me, is like Michael Jackson's glove. When you see Michael Jackson's glove, that's his signature. When you see the mohawk with glass, that's Sunkee. And let's not act like we haven't seen people biting, which I'm not mad about. But there have been people that know all over the world that have been biting my look. If we gonna keep, because nobody ever did anything like this but me. So that's what I mean by like, baby, the impact is very strong. They can say whatever they want to say. Yes, they can say whatever they want to say, but the impact is there. People been watching for a long time, from celebrities to all the way down to the rest. They know, and they have been paying attention. So I don't have nothing to prove. I mean, people know now at this point, when you become famous and people know you, people can look at these people and say, okay, that's Sunkee. Because my work is that strong. When they see somebody else that looks at it, they like, oh, bitch, that's Sunkee. That came from Sunkee. That looked like Sunkee. You follow what I mean? If I was a nobody and nobody didn't know, then nobody would know. But they know. They only saw this, the glass and all that on me. You know what I mean? So when they see these other people emulating and trying to steal and all this type of stuff, people, they like, no, bitch, that's Sunkee Angel. That's Sunkee.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Now, speaking of going back to the past,
yes.
This is what I loved about you as well, because, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, there was a time where everybody were trying to put them against each other.
And they still are a little bit, yes.
Yeah, and there were rappers like this and that and the third. With you being in this industry, and you wrote, Nicki ate that verse on Motorsport. I don't care. She may have slacked off due to lack of comp, but sis not giving.
Wait a minute, where did I write this? I saw you post that, but where did you get this from?
I got this from an article. What was it? Let me see.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see.
The Grape Juice had reported this. They had covered you in an article. And this was when you had made like a remake of.
Yes. I probably did. It's been so long ago. But things have shifted so much since then. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, honey. We're gonna get you. We get all the tea over here.
Yes.
So pretty much, you had said. Give me 1 second. Okay, so you said Nicki ate that verse on Motorsport. I don't care. She may have slacked off due to lack of comp, but sis Def not giving up her spot. That easily and always will be legendary. I don't like her or Cardi over each other. I like them both. Cardi's still new, so I'm excited to see her capabilities. With
Mm-hmm.
you giving the girls praises, um, what would you say to both of those ladies today? Because this post was like in 2013.
Yeah, that was like, I don't even think that was 20. You said that was like
Really?
2019, 2018. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, I think like 2017, but 20 somewhere way back, way back. I can't remember what year, but it was a long time ago. But what I would say today is, there's enough room for both to exist. Um, to me, I feel like to be a queen, and this is just me speaking, to be a queen, a real queen, to be a true queens, um, to me, to me, this is just me. I can't speak for nobody else, so don't staple me to the cross. But y'all know I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna speak how I feel. A real queen can see the queen in the next woman. You understand? Like, to me, a queen is gonna, I don't want to say like, bow down or anything like that. I just feel like when you're a queen, it's okay to honor the queen in the next woman. You understand? Like, it's enough room for two queens, three queens. I feel like, to me, I see all women as queens. You know what I mean? Although some people may not care themselves, but I try my best to see the queen in other women, whether you're trans or biological, right? And I know a lot of people may not understand it because some people are just so caught into themselves. Um, this is not a dig at Nikki because she is the queen. She's a queen. I mean, that's just what it is. However, I feel like a lot of things have happened between both of them where I feel like it may have gone too far. Then you turn around in a situation with, Megan Thee Stallion. And it's like, seem like all the girls that's coming, it just seem like it's this big piece of drama that doesn't need to be. I feel like everybody can exist in their own space and be okay and see each other at the Met Gala and say, bitch, I see you doing your shit. And she can sit around and say, I see you too. Much love and keep it the fuck pushing. But I just feel like the fans are causing beef between each other and everybody want to be the best. It's only one, it's got to be one. I personally feel like there's enough room. That's why you don't see me diss, and I've never had to diss no bitch. I've seen people taking shots and saying stuff at me through songs and stuff, but you don't never see me dissing because I don't have to, because I know that I'm gifted in what it is that I do, right? So I just feel like when you know that you know that you know that you know, there's no bitch or nobody that should be able to shake you to make you feel like I gotta start taking jabs, or I gotta, you know what I mean? I gotta slide my tail so I can be the only one. I just think that, and I don't get me wrong, I understand hip hop is competitive, but I don't know. That's just, I don't have to agree with everything that goes on in hip hop or the way hip hop has been orchestrated. I don't believe that you can be the best and you can rap, say you shit or whatever, but I just feel like a lot of shit has gone too far when it comes to like fans and putting people, against each other and all of that. I just don't think it should be that way. I think that everybody should be able to exist in their own right as a celebrity and get money.
Yes. And then speaking of, because I know you've been getting some backlash from some of
Yes.
the trans girls in our
Mm-hmm.
community, and I don't think that we really need to acknowledge or like really go into depth about it. But
Yes.
what I would like for you to do is, how are you feeling right now, and how do you plan on moving forward? And if you do you have a message for those girls if they happen to see this live broadcast?
I sure do. I want to start off by saying that I am love and I am light, but I also sometimes feel the need to step into my dark side. I'm all about balance. Like I said, being multidimensional, not just being one way. And when you think of some of these trans women, the elite trans women, the ones that are fishing, under the sea with Ariel, they're so cunt and they have a fin growing at the bottom of their feet like Ariel. Those trans women, because it's not every trans woman. Let me make it, I want to be very clear. There are a lot of trans women that love me. You're one of them. There are a lot of trans women that love me for me. You understand, you get it. I'm not out here trying to mock the community, because how the fuck can I do that when I am a trans woman? I'm standing at the forefront fighting for all of us. I just have a different type of way to advocate. I'm strong in my language. But for the Ariel bitches and the elite bitches who feel as though they have all this work done and they want to look down on other trans women, I want to say that I'm me. I am multidimensional. There's nothing that you can say to break me. I feel like there has been somewhat of a smear campaign behind the scenes, some weird ass shit going on where I'm clocking that every day almost. There's a bitch coming on my Instagram or Facebook, spamming the comments. You're not really a man. You're a drag queen. You're embarrassed not coming in and all this other stuff. And half the time, a lot of these bitches ain't even passing like they think they are. A lot of them are not. And my thing is, it's like they clock themselves, because, like I said, if you are a woman, why are you so pressed by a quote unquote man or a drag queen if that's what I am? what are you so upset about? What is it that I'm doing right now that has you so up in arms where you have to team up and try to tag team and all this type of stuff to get all these people to come to my platform to bash little old me, the man, the drag queen, the person that's embarrassing the community. At the end of the day, I am who I say I am. I'm not none of you. I'm not trying to be you. I don't have to fit your aesthetic to pass. When I step out the door, honey, I don't have no problem, especially here in LA. Anytime I go somewhere, it's ma'am, she, her. Man, where? Man, is it because I don't have big ass jaws like Saul, Jigsaw? Is it because I don't have big ass bogacious ass titties on my chest? What is it? There are some trans women I think that are just meant to be who they are, proportionate, still in the same dimension that they're supposed to be left in when they came here. Everybody ain't supposed to have the same face. To me, that's if you trans or not. Every woman, every man don't look the same, right? So I don't understand this thing where everybody got to have a cunty ass voice. My voice, I say it all the time, fluctuates. Sometimes I sing in my masculine voice. You hear me sing it in my male voice. But when you think about it, my mom she sung The Lord Knows when she was in church. She sung that bottom note. You know what I mean? So some women's voices can be a little masculine or a bit bush, but does that make them less of a woman? No, it does not. You said you know your arm. You said your arms they might be a little cut, but some women are a little cut. Like I don't understand. Like what really makes you a woman in the eyes of certain trans women who feel as though you gotta be Ariel, the most conscious of the conscious? Because when you think about it, all biological women aren't even the most conscious of the conscious. Some biological women have masculine features, and that is okay. Look at how they doing. Look at how they doing. Biggie Smalls' daughter. Look at how some people have even tried to come for Megan Thee Stallion. I've seen it all. I've seen it. How some people like she's a little like she looks a little, and I don't because I don't
Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy. Huh? Blue Ivy. They were talking about her looks too, and
I definitely didn't hear that. I definitely didn't hear that. When they said that for real.
When she was younger, they said that.
Oh yes, they did. They did. Yes. Yes, they did. It's a few people, and so how I personally feel, even some of the straight people who try to say I'm a man, I honestly feel like it's like that's what they want to see because they keep talking about it. So I'm gonna give them. I feel like I'm right there in the middle of that male and female that they keep bringing. That's what I am. So since y'all talking about it, here I am, and I'm gonna give their ass the business. I'm finna give them the business. I'm not finna conform to fit somebody else's aesthetic. Because when you think about it, you have some trans women doing the same thing. That the opposite side, the people who hate us, that they're doing the same shit. Every time I look around at somebody trying to tell me I'm not enough or I need to conform, my family did it first. That's why them bitches can't fuck with me. They can't fuck with me because I learned from them first. They broke me first, and then I had to rebuild myself. And now I'm unbreakable, unstoppable. Ain't nothing no bitch can do to me to try to make me feel like I'm not enough in their eyes. Because at the end of the day, they don't even feel enough behind the scenes. Because a bitch who feel enough ain't going around trying to make somebody else feel like they're not enough. People who feel like enough, like me, I go around and I affirm people. I don't invalidate them. You understand? Because I know that I'm enough, right? So I don't care how much work they done. How is it that they getting all this work done, traveling all overseas, and they supposed to be the conscious Ariel, switching out of the motherfucking suite, and all the things of the things, but yet they going around trying to look down on their sisters because they feel like their sisters are not passing or whatever the case may be. Are you really happy? Let's talk about it. Are you truly happy? Because I feel like happy people ain't doing it. Even if you do feel that way, there's a way, I feel like, to pull your sister to the side and say, hey, maybe you should, maybe get on a shot, or maybe you should do something that will help you feminize, or whatever the case may be. But trying to attack you, some people don't want that. They want to feel elite. And if you ask me, it's leaning over into privilege. If you ask me, they want to be so privileged to the point that they want to look down on other people to be whatever it is that they want to be. That shit don't exist, because at the end of the day, them white folks clocking all our ass at the hole, taking our rights away, and they calling all of us, they see us all as men in wigs. When you really think about it, they don't give a fuck about none of this shit that y'all trying to appease to, and y'all trying to get their acceptance. Y'all want to blend in so motherfucking bad that y'all are just disintegrating, and you're becoming cast with a friendly fucking ghost. It ain't nothing they can do that will make me feel like I have to damn near jump off a motherfucking building just to, you know what I mean? Like to fit this thing. They want me to just go to the highest level of degree of whatever this thing. I feel like it don't exist. It doesn't exist because, like you said, you even have tried, and people have looked down on you because they feel like you might have, whatever you felt like they felt about you. Yeah. But when I'm looking at you, I see a woman.
Right. And
I don't see nothing else.
Vice versa. But and like you said, it really goes back to what's in here.
It's up in here.
Yes, it's up in here. And even with the traumas and things like that, we have to have things in place like counseling, therapy.
Yes, absolutely.
And we have to unteach. And that's why I try to tell people, like, you can live a beautiful life, like
Yes.
it without all the extra. And
Yes.
if you have to step back from your family, that's okay because you
Right.
have to put yourself first. Because if you don't
Yes.
put yourself first, nobody else will. And
Absolutely.
people will get immune to taking because they feel like you're the weakest link. They feel like they
Yes.
depend on you, and they feel like they don't have to show up for you like you show up for them because you
Yes.
need them. And that's my experience in this community.
Yes.
Don't make me feel like, oh, and I get this all the time. Well, I accepted you. At this point in time, I don't need you to accept
That it's the audacity. The audacity they
me. You know
think
what I'm saying?
that it's the audacity that they think some of us are out here looking for their validation when bitch, I don't give a fuck about your back. Because if I keep looking for validation from you, it ain't gonna never be enough. In their eyes, it's gonna be something they gonna keep trying to pick. And I've seen it. Every time and you can be the most sweetest, you can show as much love as you want to, and don't feel no hate, no envy. But some of the well-known bitches, I showed love, but I've been disrespected, and I'm not gonna go too deep into it because I'm healing from that, and it's
Yeah.
old. But they know, they know. And the thing is, I don't have to because what goes around is coming back around. A lot of times, I'm seeing a lot of them face the same shit they tried to put me through.
Yeah.
So I don't have no reason to try to I just spirit has been dealing with me and just letting me know to just let it go and let the universe and time take time because sometimes time has to reveal to things and people that you can't, no matter how much you yell, scream, and whatever. Time has to do that. And I've seen some people who have corrected themselves.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hope Giselle. That's a real. I want to say this. Shout out to Hope Giselle. That's a real bitch.
She is.
Shout out to Hope Giselle. That's a real bitch. She's the first. And I think. Well, yeah. I think she might be the second. I think I'm trying to think. I think she might be the second, but the way it felt like the first. No shade to the first person who did apologize, but I had a few people who have done wrong to me, and they have come back to say, you know what, I apologize, and that to me takes a lot of courage to do, especially when you are who you are. Like to say, you know what, I fucked up. You know what I mean? We might need each other. You just never know. And I respect. I really respect. This is my moment to let Hope know that I really respect you so much, and I've always respected you. I've always respected you, and you have done a lot for the community. And there's nothing that I can't. Me being me, I'm gonna give flowers and roses what they do. Like everything that you've done, everything you have said, and the way you are standing on business about the community, I love it so much. And I think we need more of that because she's not just standing for one group of trans women or the passable, the quote unquote elite Ariel girls, the mermaid girls. She's standing for everybody, including non-binary people as well. So anytime I see somebody that's standing for what's right, no matter who you might offend, I can't do shit but respect it. And the fact that she apologized to me, that meant I actually shed a few tears because I didn't expect that. I didn't
Girl, you
expect
have
that.
to make me about to
No,
cry.
I did not. I'm telling you, I did not expect that. I'm trying to tell you, I didn't expect that. But I saw that she was going through something with T.S. Madison and it was T.S. Madison and Craig, and the situation that happened with them. And I felt like it was the perfect time to come on because Spirit guided me. Spirit was like, go to her. Because honestly, when I don't fuck with you and I'm done, I ain't going no live. I don't go to your page, no nothing. But when I saw people were sending me stuff, and I'm like, let me go, let me see what the fuck
Let
we're
me check
talking
on
about.
stuff.
Something told me, and time I came in, she was talking about saying that she don't want to be no bully. She don't want to be like a bully. And when I came in, it was like, I think it was right at the right moment. And I think she saw that it was a perfect opportunity to apologize for some of the things that the way she might have conducted herself when I had come to her a while back about something that transpired a long time. Well, not a long time, but it's
Divine
old. It's
timing.
old. Yeah, it's about time. And I think, like I said, time can fix things. You just have to pull back. And I'm at a place, like I said, where Spirit is working through me and it's asking of me to also give some people grace. And I've been doing it anyway, but sometimes you have to give people grace to grow and change because everybody is not the version of them that they were maybe a year or two ago, right? We're all constantly evolving, even me. That's why I don't have no hate in my heart to I just don't. I don't. To bash people, like people have been coming at me. That's not me. That'll never be me. That's evil as fuck. How do you not know I'm not strong enough to deal with it? You could be driving me to commit suicide. But I think that's what some people want to do, but not physically, but spiritually and mentally. Some people really want to break your soul. That's what they want to do. They want to break, because it ain't got nothing to do with how you look. It's the spirit. Hello? It's the spirit. It's your spirit. It's not trans, none of that. It's they want to break your spirit.
Come
Hello?
on.
Because they
Listen,
see the spirit, they know what I'm coming with, and they know what I'm doing. It's like we gotta stop this bitch.
they see your light.
She's breaking too many rules. I'm here to disrupt shit, and not by way of like drama and chaos, but to them it's that because I don't fit the mold of what they think. Yes, I'm doing something different, and I'm validating people who might be a little clocky or whatever. I'm not here to invalidate it. I'm letting them know that you can be whole in who you are. You can own your penis, you can own your dick, and still be a woman. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. People do it all the time. There's a lot of trans women on Twitter fucking men and slanging their dick. T.S. Madison slung her big dick at the door, and look what that got her. And people loved her for it. But so now I'm making a song. So now certain people mad, girl, get the fuck out of here. At the end of the day, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and it's causing change. And I think that it's got the people's ears perking and people trying to figure out like this bitch, she doing something different. Like she's really like opening and elevating minds, and that's what it's about. It's not about the body. Everybody's so focused on the fucking body, and at the end of the day, that shit ain't gonna last no way. And all of that, it's some girls, like I said, that I personally feel that that need to be held accountable about some of their sisters that they have, encouraged to lay down on a table to get foreign objects pumped into their motherfucking body, and then when they pass away, they ain't nowhere to be found. And I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm not saying that they were the ones who made, well, some of them probably did, but if you're pushing somebody to, and I understand some people have to, this is not a dig. Some people they feel as though they have to do what they got to do because they are not what they want to be. But if anything, I would tell somebody to go try to do it the right way, to go, to a board certified or whatever the case may be. But there are a lot of, especially some of the older girls, they have played roles in pushing people to feel like they're not enough to go get foreign shit pumped in their body. And then when that shit get the shifting and hitting arteries and it's stuck in their fat cells and now they dead, they ain't nowhere to be found, and like they didn't have nothing to do with it, and they did. And that's the shit I'm talking about. Trying to make people feel like they're not enough. When, to be honest, if you ask me, this is just me based on what I have personally seen. Some girls, darling, if you ask me, look a little bit more cunty without all of that. I'm just being honest. It's like these people get in your head to make you feel like, oh, maybe I should get my lips. I see everybody getting it. Maybe I should get my lips. So now you look like a fucking blowfish. No shade. Now you look like you can't talk. You barely can talk. And you kind of like becoming unrecognizable because somebody else and what they think. My thing is, if you're going to do anything, do it because you want to do it. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of times, even the things that some people are doing, it's still like this small voice that's not even them. They don't feel like they're enough. I'm telling you. So they want to try to make me feel like I'm not enough because they had to do all this shit to feel like enough. So now that I don't have to do all this extra shit, they feel like this. I'm natural. I'm me. And I'm owning all of me. We got to try to get in her head to make her feel like she's not enough. She got to go get some work done to be a woman. She got to do this. She's a drag queen. Like as if some trans women are not drag queens.
Do you feel like it's more of a regret thing? Because when I would be, when little stuff like that, I would feel like, okay, A, they're not happy with themselves.
Absolutely.
B, they've got some insecurities of their own. And it's just perception. And it's like you remind them of somebody that they encountered and they just can't let it go. But it's like,
baby, the way they've been coming at me, it must be something because it's every day. But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy, honey? Every time I drop a song, here they come. It was the same thing with titties. And if it's one that I feel like it's like impactful that the people talk about, here they come. It's like they can't. It's something I'm doing that's like rubbing certain people the wrong way. But if you ask me, I feel like it goes beyond the gender shit. It's again the spirit.
When it goes to upfront, I didn't feel no type of way about it because T.S. Madison was on Vine with her thing just out.
Right.
So,
right.
Right.
So why is it a difference when it comes to Sunkee? Because I feel like it's some type of. I personally feel like there have been it's been some chatter, some smear campaigns. It ain't nothing new though. I've been going through shit all my life. They can't stop me. Baby, when I tell you they can't stop me, I got so much fire, and my ancestors and the spirit and the aliens, they all behind me, baby, because I know everything I'm doing is to break down them walls of the ideas that people have built and all this type of stuff. Just like the dude, what's his name? Bambino. I called him Bamboozle because he's definitely been bamboozled. Bambino, the gay guy who's a self-hating black gay man who tried to come for me during the time of the election saying that I look like a fucking clown. I had to make that video and I had to get in his motherfucking ass. Mm-hmm. That's the shit I'm talking about. Then when you go a little deeper and people start sending me tea, you start figuring out that, oh, you dressed up as a woman too at one point. Is it because you want to transition? You didn't get somebody got in your head? Are you strong enough? Were you strong enough to live as a woman? Because you're feminine as fuck. You are very feminine. You are very
Just
feminine.
pause.
And
Are they strong enough to live this
right,
life?
right.
That's the question right there.
Because they can't say, even if I am a clown, everything they saying, bitch, I'm living in it. I'm living it.
And that's the question. It boils down to, can you live like this? Like me,
right.
you know, not everybody can walk the trans life.
Yes.
Because like you said, it starts here. You
yes.
know, what if people gonna say about me? And I've actually ran into people, guys, that have tried to come up against me, say little nasty things, and next thing you know, they're LaDonna. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Hell or
and then
guidance, ass. I'm not a mean girl.
Absolutely.
If you need guidance, it's girls like me and Sunkee. We will help the guys out. If y'all well, you guys
you do. Let's talk about it, because there have been a lot of gay men who are definitely trans. They are. It's not a gay. They are trans, but they're living and cloaking themselves under the gay, because they feel like it's easier to live that life and they don't want to deal with the backlash. But they are girls. They are, and they want to try to bash the people that are attempting to, since they feel like we're not passing. But even the ones that are even attempting to live our lives and we living in it and we walking in it, they want to try to make it seem like it's something wrong with us, when really it's an internal issue that they have not yet to confront. You understand? Just like it was a bitch that was on my page on Facebook not too long ago from Connecticut. I don't know who the fuck this bitch was. It was like I said, these past few days, it's been a few girls that's been coming at me, but I had replied and said something to one girl who I felt like the bitch transitioned. She was trying to transition, because some girls, they try to go for certain biological aesthetics, like the Janet Mox. I'm saying, like, well, let me make it. How some trans women, they want to look like, like Nikki, or like, they want to look like a biological woman. So I said this bitch must have tried to go for Sukiana, because the bitch tried to transition into Sukiana and she made it at 45% and didn't even finish, because the bitch don't look. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Face fat, big. And I don't even go there, but it's like, if you coming at me, then I might just get in your ass, right? Because you coming at me, and I don't know what the fuck I've done to you for you to be coming at me with all this fucking pressure. So this girl came for me. I call it a Muppet. She looked like a fucking Muppet by the face. So there was a girl from Connecticut who replied to her in the comment section, and she went and stole my pictures and made a whole post and was like, "You are a man, though. You a drag queen. You definitely not trans." I mean, coming for blood for hours at a time, just coming for no fucking reason. I don't know these bitches. I don't know them at all. I ain't never seen them a day in my motherfucking life. I said, "Bitch, you stay right there," because she had a picture on her profile picture where she was like pulling her face back and holding. I told that bitch, I said, "Keep that, hold on to your mug. Just hold on to it, because I'm finna finish you, bitch." So I went live. I said, "Just give me a second." She like, "Where you at?" Because I had some other things to do, because I'm a busy bitch. I had to tell that bitch, "You on my time, I'm coming. Just know I'm coming." She told me, "Go live, turn me up, I'm waiting." I said, "Okay." So I waited to the right moment, came back to my crib, got everything together like we going live right now. And honey, when I went live, first of all, like I said, a lot of people don't even know I'm famous. A lot of people love me. And sometimes the people that be coming for me and I post them on my page, people know them. And they be the ones that are not really in favor of them, or something they did or who got tea on them, and they gonna come back and run that tea across my desk. So that's what happened. Somebody ran a tea, come to find out this bitch was a whole motherfucking pedophile, and had a case where she ended up sexually assaulting a 15 or 16-year-old male who had special needs.
Oh my God.
But yet you had the audacity to try to told me to my face, and to with her fingers, because them bitches don't want to see me face to face. Now that's why I've grown so much. I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, though. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't too much. I'm a humble bitch, but a lot of people don't see that side, and I'm not trying to bring that side out of me, but they don't want to see that side.
No.
Because I might just become that man that they say I am. Alvin might just come back. Y'all might, and I'm trying to keep Alvin dead. Like, that's old. Okay? So she up there talking about you the type that Donald Trump trying to get rid of. I said, "No, bitch. Since you up there talking about turn you up, no, I'm really about to turn you in. I'm about to turn you in, because first of all, I just got T across my desk that your ass is a whole motherfucking pedophile that then sexually assaulted a 15 to 16-year-old special needs child."
Yeah.
So you the type that Donald Trump is trying to get rid of. See what I mean? But see, these are some of the gay men some of the gay men are rallying these types of girls. They have all types of records and shit, but then y'all try to make it seem like something wrong with me because I'm standing up against myself. It's just shit. The gays need to. Some of the gays, they be rallying for the ops.
The predators. The ops, yeah.
So my thing is, yes, I've seen a lot of it, but ain't no bitch gonna make me feel like I gotta go and tear my face up. You know what I mean? Or go look like I'm not gonna look inflamed, darling, for
Right.
anyone.
And who
Bitch,
are you to tell me,
who
like,
are you to tell
that's
me who I am?
that's the
First of
thing.
all,
People don't, we're very confident. We know who we are. We're going
yes,
through this journey, right?
yes,
And we're doing the best that we can about it.
yes,
We're actually being creative, like
yes.
me and what I do. I want to make people laugh. I like to have fun. I
Mm-hmm.
can go there. I can read a bitch. I could give you. We could pray together, do all that. But
All of it.
respect me. I respect
Yes.
you,
It's
and
all about respect. And I'm honestly, I feel like I've been fighting for respect for a long ass time. But bitch, it ain't no fight no more. At this point, I'm taking it. It ain't no shade. I ain't waiting on no bitch. I don't care how long you been in the community. I don't care who you collab with. I don't care how much money you think you got or how much you think I don't. Or if you feel like I don't care how many ways that they try to invalidate anything about, because that's what they love to do. They use the enemy, however you want to look at the enemy. Some people may say the enemy is the devil. Some people may say it's the ops. The enemy's trick, number one trick, is to shame and invalidate you. Please believe it. If they can invalidate you enough and put shame on you so much to the point that you start invalidating and shaming yourself, they have won. And that's what I learned with my family. They got to get you to where religion, all of that's a form of mind control. And we talking about the mind. It's a form of mind control. Trust me, if enough people keep coming, if you're not strong, you start to believe, well, damn, maybe I am a drag queen. Maybe I'm not really trained. You know what I mean? And now they have got you where they want you, because they really don't want you to walk in all of who you are, because now you're changing things. You're shifting the atmosphere. I'm shifting shit because I don't look like what they think or come. I'm not attacking things how they think I'm supposed to attack it. I'm not advocating or standing, because it ain't everybody. It's a lot of people that love my advocacy, but it's a few, like I said, they feel like I'm not what it, it's a form of invalidation. It could be many, it's not just one thing. I feel like it's just invalidation, period. That's just what it is. It's anytime I say I'm this, no, you're not. If I'm saying it is, no, you're not. It's gonna always be no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not that. But I am. But yet you ain't put in no work. I done blood, sweat, and tears for me to get to where the fuck I'm at today. Blood, sweat, and tears to get here. To get here. Female on my ID does not say drag queen on my ID, darling. It doesn't say that. Because like I said, if I was that, I would say, hey, I'm a drag. I'm not trans. I would own that. But who I am, I'm a multi-dimensional trans woman. I am the trans alien. And that's why people love me. Because when you think about it, I feel like a lot of non-binary people, they would be quick to fuck with me, a bitch like me, because I'm walking in all of the dimensionalities of who I am. You understand? So I feel like I resonate with so many people beyond the one-dimensional bitches who feel like trans is only just being cunt, feminine, and all of that. They want me to be so one-dimensional, so fucking bad, and I'm not that. I'm multi-dimensional.
absolutely.
That's what I am. Yes, I'm a multi-dimensional trans woman.
Let's speak about this, and this is our last question.
Okay.
The booby trap music. What is booby trap music? Let us know.
So booby trap music is basically it's me getting the good beats with my shout outs to Bruce Automatic at Enrage Entertainment. He's signed to Sony Music, and he's working with Michael Jackson, Pink, some of the biggest people in the game. I'm so excited to have a producer like him behind me. You know what I mean? To really help me make my vision come to life, right? So we get together and we make songs and music that I personally feel that is the right tempo, the right beats, the right lyrical, content, and it's a form of some people may think it's shock value, but to me it's just me being myself, to be honest. Like I said, even Auntie the Funny, all of that. Me talking about titties, that's just me being funny, is just who I am. Period. Okay. I can be a funny bitch, okay? But I know how to put that funny, and I know how to put it inside the message in the music to get people listening. And when I got them listening, boom, I'm gonna hit you with a message. You know what I mean? Because most times when they hear the shit I'm saying that might be so off the wall, they like, what this bitch just say? What the fuck? Like, but then by the time they trying to wrap their mind around what I done said, it's a message in there. I'm gonna make sure you hear what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So that's me sitting the cheese on the mousetrap, baiting them in with the music, with the right beat, because they like, oh shit, this hard. Then it's like, wait a minute, it's a message. You know what I mean? So that's what I consider booby trap music. It's a form of entertainment music, predominantly, that is everything that people want to hear, whether they know it or not. And then by the time that they are engulfed in what it is that I want them to hear, it's a message.
Oh my God.
Yes.
You are so brilliant. Like that's why I just love your passion, your creativity. You are a girl's girl. Like
Yes.
you are, a teacher first and
Mm-hmm.
foremost.
Mm-hmm. Very
And
much so.
I just like the fact that you are utilizing the resources that you have to be
Mm-hmm.
the best version of yourself.
Absolutely. Because who else can I be? Who else can? Honestly, when these bitches are asking me to be whatever they think, then is that Sunkee Angel? You know what I mean? Like, is that me? They're asking me to be a version of myself that I will never be able to live up to because that's not who the fuck I am any fucking way. I was not meant to be one dimensional and stuck only in one paradigm and that's all of me. Because honestly, being in a box, people ain't gonna be able to see me. Let's just keep it real. People are able to see me because I'm so far outside of the box. People, it's like that's what they doing. That bitch too far. She in space. We need to pull that bitch down here to the planet Earth with us. They don't like the fact that I'm out in the cosmos. They don't like it, and it's like to them they gotta try. It's like they she too far. Let's pull her back. We gotta pull her back. You
Mhm.
know, so that I cannot be in a box with these bitches because they really in a box. They really are. Everybody, not everybody. Some people, like I said, that get it. That's why I come onto your show. I'm willing to sacrifice to come on your show. I don't care how busy I am because you're giving me space to be my motherfucking self. You're not bringing me on here to bash me or to ask me questions to like trip me up to try to, you know what I mean? You're not. I don't feel like you're on that type of time. You
Mhm.
give me the energy that you're allowing me to be exactly who I am, and we're actually having real dialogue like we're supposed to. That's what it's about.
And that's
That's
what
what
it's
it's about.
always been about, sis.
Yes.
Seriously. And I think the fact that I thank you for highlighting that fact because when you come over here, like I said, I would never try to like bash you.
Yes.
You've always been open. If I needed a
Mm-hmm.
question or if I needed any type of support, you was nothing but one phone call away or one
Yep.
message away. And
Yep.
so I just want to bring you here so the people that, because I have new people that started subscribing, I
Yes.
wanted them to see who you were. See,
Yes.
I have sisters out here in the community. I might not talk about, oh, well, Sunkee and I this
And
week,
you don't have to, because guess what? It's right here. It's right here, live and direct. You know,
period.
and that's what I'm saying. I feel like when it's real, it don't even have to be there because people gonna see it. They gonna know. And that's why, to me, I feel like it's important to have people like you. If something happened, I know who platform I can come to. You know what I mean? I want to go where I feel safe. And I think a lot of people, they don't understand it or not. They're making certain environments unsafe, even in our own community. And that's sad as fuck. Like, why would you want somebody to feel unsafe if they're not enough? Why would you want to do that? So the fact that there are real bitches out here like you that allows me to come on here and feel safe in what I'm saying and what I'm doing and allow me to just stand in my divinity, it's nothing for me to come over here. It's nothing. You are one of the examples of how I feel trans women should be.
Thank you so much, sis. That means a lot.
It's
That means
facts.
a lot.
It's
Absolutely.
facts. I don't get no end. Like, it's always been you ask questions. You're not trying to put shit in my mouth. You want to hear what it is I got to say. You know what I mean? Me allowing me to just be who authentically myself. And that's what it should. That to me is the safe space. Authenticity. Not trying to tell me who I'm supposed to be to fit this box. Or you checking this box every time you going down and you just want to try to get me. You know, like all that type of stuff. It does the community a disservice. To not only to the community but to yourself as well. Yeah.
So listen, thank you so much for that. Any closing words before we take up out of here?
Sure. I just want to say that at the end of the day, love is my gender. Love is my religion. Love is my gender. It's beyond male or female. Who I am goes beyond the physical anatomy. Who I am goes beyond male or female. That's why I dropped the song I'm Not a Label, because I'm talking about the soul. We need to get back to the soul. People are so fucking lost out here in their transition that they don't even have a soul anymore. It's only about body. Everybody's so tapped into their body, like the body. And if you ask me, it seems like it must be some type of defense mechanism or something dealing with trauma or something. But everybody's so focused on their body that they're forgetting that you do have a soul. And sometimes the soul is not supposed to be um, a monolith like everybody else. And I think it's so deep, girl. I don't want to get started, but it's deep. And the soul is what I'm talking about. Anything you see me talking about, that's why I'm not a label. You see, it goes beyond trans at the end. I had people who were in wheelchairs, people who were born with one arm, because this has to do with anybody who has been born different, or who may have ended up in
Unforeseen circumstances.
yes, yes. Like, and it does not have to define you. You understand? Like, when I look at people like what's his name? You ain't my friend. What's his name? What's his name? Shamar. Couldn't think of his
Yeah.
name. When I look at people like Shamar, he's born different. A lot of people make jokes about his body being twisted and stuff like that. But he tried to say at one point that I stole one of his songs, which you know that's a lie. I don't have to steal from nobody. But he heard me sing one of his songs, and I was paying homage to him, really. And somebody must have got in his motherfucking head or something tried to say I stole a song. But I'm like, you coming at me crazy when I know you're a fan. You're a huge fan. Because you done showed me, I got plenty of videos of you dancing to my music. And I know I probably most likely have been a part of him wanting to become an artist. I strongly believe that. I strongly believe that. So for you to turn around and try to make it like I'm stealing from you, then secondly, I'm standing for people like you as well. My message goes beyond trans. It's about people who are different. And the soul. Because everybody's so fixated on the out, like his body, they be joking and coming for him, and I don't like that. I've always stood for him, and people like him. So I had to let him know, baby, you doing this, don't do that to me, because I'm one of the ones who've been standing for you and advocating for you low-key, to be honest. So that's what I want to say. I just want people to focus on the soul of the person and to back out of this mentality that people have to show up a certain way to meet your approval. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I thank you for once again donating your time to us, coming by, having a real conversation. Thank you for informing us about, oh my goodness, the booby trap music.
Yes. And I have more music coming. I do have more music coming. I have a song. You're the first person I've actually told online. I have a song called What Agenda. It's coming very soon. And in the song, I'm talking, yes, I'm mentioning my dick and my titties again. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm going to always be comfortable in what I feel is comfortable for me and walking it all in my identity. You know what I mean? Because like I said, there's a lot of people who only try to conduce us down to dicks and titties and body. So I'm going to throw that shit right back at y'all, and I'm going to come with a message. You know what I mean? So What Agenda is going to be talking about people who feel like we're a part of some agenda because of who we are.
Absolutely. And then I did want to bring up the fact that you will be performing live. This is going to be for Pride next month.
Yes, June 28th. I believe they said 3 o'clock, but I'm going to be posting more details once I make sure. But I think it's going to be 3 o'clock on the main stage. And I'm fucking excited. Like this is like my first time actually being on the main stage at Pride in San Francisco. So as you can see, I'm along with Saucy Santana, T.S. Madison, Michaela J, a lot of big names and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm excited about this, and I'm about to fuck the stage. So if you are in the San Francisco area, or even if you're not and want to come down and get tickets, I will be live. We're gonna give y'all a nice show.
Yes, I'm so proud of you. And like I said, you are exactly where you're supposed to be.
Yes.
I will always congratulate you in public and private. And also, thank you for being a role model, not only to the younger generation, but individuals that are here, the ones that are older than us, because you are actually teaching a lot of people a lot. And you are a viral sensation.
Yes.
I want to say that you are everything. And if anybody ever wants to question like your sisterhood and things like that and what you're really about, you always
who I really am.
Who you really am. Who you really are.
Right.
I can testify to, this girl is she good people. She's your sister.
I'm from Alabama. So first of all, I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. So that's the first thing. We come from a place that's hospitality. We not saying like it's gonna always be bad energy and bad people everywhere. And that's what like I said, it was one of the first things I had to learn about the community. Like just because somebody's trans, that does not mean they're a good person. That's their identity. That's who they are gender wise. But that don't mean they're good people. You know what I mean? I am good people, and I stand for all my people. I'll be the one to get in the mud with you if somebody fucking with you. You know what I mean? I'm not the type that's gonna, but I know what it's like to be bullied and to come from that type of space. I ain't with that shit, but at this point, I might just be the bitch that'll bully a bully if they come for me. Like, sometimes I can't just play even though my last name is Angel, I can't always play that angelic role all the time. Sometimes I feel like the work that I do actually requires me to get in the mud with some of these bitches to let their ass know this is not the tree you want to bark up. This is not that. Especially when I'm out here fighting for people like myself and you gonna come and disrespect me to try to make it seem like I'm not enough or I don't belong because you think I'm supposed to, girl, if you don't get the fuck out my face, like what? No, I love you. I'm coming with nothing but love. So why are you targeting me? So yeah, sometimes I feel like you have to hold people accountable, and sometimes you have to stand your ground. Because when I'm standing my ground, I'm standing the grounds for so many people that's looking at me. Like when you look at Sunkee, it's a multitude of people behind me. You understand? That needs to be represented and that needs to be heard and that needs to feel safe. And I know I make a lot of people safe. I hear it all the time. People always writing me, telling me how much, like, it's because of you that did this. It's because of you that make me feel like. I hear it all the time. So if I don't stand up for myself and stand up for my people, I feel like it's a responsibility to do that. And sometimes I feel like people need to understand that just because I'm angry in one moment does not mean I'm an angry person. I'm angry in that moment, like we all have a right to be, and it be valid sometimes. And I have a right to stand up for myself, especially when the hatred is coming from within, the call is coming from within the house. And we need to get it. We, as a whole, right now, it's a lot going on with the community. Whether I'm drag or whatever the fuck, everybody should be glad that there is somebody standing up for the community right now in this time that we in. No matter whether you gay, trans, or what, anybody who's standing for the community, you should be excited about it with the time that we in right now as it pertains to trans people. Because Donald Trump and these people are not fucking around with us, and they trying to wipe us the fuck out because they don't fuck with us. They don't feel like we're human. So what the fuck I look like letting a bitch come my way right in front from my community trying to make me feel like the same way they feel? The hell no, that's not gonna work. You're not gonna treat me like these people on the outside treating me. That's not gonna happen.
Absolutely.
It's not
You're
happening.
and you have feelings, and I love you, and I just want to just anytime I can be of service, you just let
Yes,
me know. Okay. Um,
absolutely.
yeah, I will be. I did put your channel in the description so people can go
Okay.
and watch your music. If anybody is interested in connecting with you, I'll also put your Instagram in the description as well because your YouTube channel is in the link. But I'll
Yes,
add your Instagram. Are you on TikTok?
absolutely. TikTok is same name as my Instagram, Sunkee Angel 334. Twitter is Sunkee Angel 334. YouTube, Sunkee Angel. Facebook, Sunkee Angel. Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
listen here, sister, I love you, but
Love you too.
unfortunately, we got to drop the people off in Queen City. Let's say
All
bye
right.
in three. 1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye.